Welcome to the day after lag day at another episode of our home workouts. Alright, the warm-up has 2 bottles and 3 movements, 2 demo boys, a cameraman, and me. Let's have a look. So, we're gonna start off with big arm circles. Now what I like to see here with Sval and Ben is that they keep squeezing their abs, pulling that rib cage nice and down, keeping everything stacked, and then trying to raise the arms. That actually makes it harder to get a big range of motion in, and that is exactly the idea, finding a challenge. Now every round that we do, we change the direction. So round number 1, we move forward. You guys stop here and move backwards. There would be round number 2, same movement, but now arm circles moving backwards. Very good. We will do this for 9 reps around in the actual warm-up. Now let's put the bottles down. Let's go into a plank on long arms, guys, both of you. Now we're going to do a walking groiner, so let's step our right foot next to our right hand, come back into plank, hold it for a second, and get our left foot next to our left hand, hold it for a second, and you guys keep going with that second hold everywhere. So with the second hold, you're actually fixating the position properly. I want you to have your heel in contact with the floor as close to your hand as possible. If it is in front of your hand, that is all good, as long as the hips don't move sideways. Try to keep your hips aligned to challenge the hip as much as possible. We call this a walking groiner or a very wide and weird mountain climber. That's also possible. Now let's go sit on our butt and let's have a look at our third movement, which is not a regular tuck up, but it's going to be, and this is very hard, the slowest tuck up of your life for 3 reps. Gentlemen, let's have a look. Slowest tuck up of your life. And that's very hard with the control. Come on, Sval, you got this, bro. That's good. Slowly come down. As you can look at Sval, he's doing the arm thing with it, and Ben has his arms next to the body. Now the idea is to do everything under control and never ever stop moving. So you're always moving and always in control. This is a very nice controlled tuck up, and you don't need a ton of reps to get a good ab workout in. You just need 3 very good executed reps. Nice. Now if this is extremely hard for you to do, Ben, can you stay in the end position of the tuck up for me, please? So in the tucked position. I just want you to hold this for 15 seconds. 9 arm circles, forward in the first round, backwards in the second round. If you keep doing more rounds, you keep changing the direction. 9 of those. Then 6 reps of the walking groiner. And with the walking groiner, you alternate the legs. Every leg that moves forward, we call that a repetition. And then 3 very, very slow tuck-ups. 6 minutes of that. Sval's ready. Ben's ready. The 1,200 people at home are ready. Start in 10 seconds. Like, subscribe. 3, 2, 1. 9 big circles. Pull in that belly button, make sure you keep your ribcage punched down, squeeze your abs, and move in a circle as big as you possibly can. Nice, I like those. They don't have to go very fast, guys. This is for sure a quality warm-up. You cannot win the warm-up. Respect all, fear none. We're 20 seconds down. You put the bottles down, you get into that plank on long arms, you start that walking groiner, and like I said during the demoing of the movements, keep a second pause in every position. So when you have your foot next to your hand, but also when you're in that plank position. Like what I see here, very much. Good, 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 good. So 6 reps of the walking groiner, and then actually the toughest exercise of this warm-up is the slow tuck-up. Now at home, you can be like, hey, this is actually very easy. It's only 3 tuck-ups. It's very simple cue that I'll give you. You make every rep as hard as you possibly can. If you fill the entire 6-minute AMRAP with 1 set of 3 tuck-ups, I would be the most proud coach you can ever make me. So the proudest coach, probably. That's correct English, yeah. It actually is. That's correct English. Make me the proudest coach there is. So keep going and give me a 2-minute tuck-up. Bye-bye. See you later. So we're gonna start our second portion, which is mobility. And the idea is that you guys start with us right away. I have my interval timer set at 45 seconds of work and 15 seconds of rest for 6 intervals in total. It'll go the following way. Interval 1 and 2 are both the pigeon stretch, but just with different legs. Interval number 3 will be the inverted plank, and then we'll repeat that loop one more time. That first loop we're going to do with you together. So let's get off the couch. Let's have a look at Sval and Ben, how they're set up, and then I'm going to start my timer here. They both start on the right leg. Right leg's bent forward on the floor, knee and ankle touching the floor, back knee behind the hip pressed away, hips are squared with the shoulder. Now we're starting this one in 10 seconds. Now Sval is doing the more upright version of the pigeon and Ben is doing the more relaxed laying down version of the pigeon. 3, 2, 1, and start. Now often people say, hey, that laying down one is easier. No, people, it's different. It is just a different way of trying to get a stretch in there. The idea is to get a stretch in your glutes, hemis, and maybe even the lower back. But it also have to take into consideration that it might feel a bit weird in your knees. Now, if that is possible, what you can do is pull in the ankle just a tiny bit more towards the body. Always be aware that your hips and shoulders are squared, meaning they stay in line. You don't want your hips to tilt to the side too much. Here you go. Back knee, nice behind the hip. I like that. We got 10 more seconds and then we can switch. We got 15 seconds of transition time, but Ben and Saul are going to switch on the beep for you guys. 3, 2, 1. At home, take a look for 15 seconds how they set up the other side. We're going to also go in the other side right away. And at home, you have 5 seconds to go with us. 3, 2, 1, and go. Wad. Or run wad. Or go stretch. Rum stretch. Unstretch. That's UnScared. That's good. Oh. Yeah, you just add a song here. I'm all game. Just do not record everything I just said in this interval. The second interval on the final but last day of May is where Kevin adds a song. Because you don't want to hear what I'm saying in this second interval, last day of May, mobility portion. Okay, we're gonna go back, guys. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we reverse, we go into our butt, and we're gonna do an inverted plank, or if you don't know what an inverted plank is, it's like a reversed version of the plank. So, we go butt down, legs in the floor. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna press our butt up, and we're gonna just make a plank from shoulder to hip to ankle here. Very good. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. This is a rough variation of the plank. You can first of all play around with the positioning of the hands, so where the fingers are pointing. The more they are pointing towards your legs, the easier it's going to be on the shoulder. And I actually want to see a plank you can maintain for as long as possible. But if that is very, very hard, I want you, like Ben, to go down on the floor, then press back up, hold it for as long as you can, 5 to 10 seconds, and then you're slowly going to come back down again, and you're going to come back up. I want you to spend as much time in that plank as you possibly can in that 45-second time frame. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. I just did not nail that, that's for sure. You guys got 1 more round to go. Keep going. See you guys back for the workout in a sec. Okay, for the workout, we have 4 different movements, and you're going to need your set of bottles again. So let's have a look at Sval and Ben demoing all of these 4 great movements. The first one is going to be a front raise all the way to overhead. So you start with the bottles, touching the legs, palms facing down. You raise the bottles all the way to overhead. Now, I'm going to say off the get-go here is I need you to squeeze your belly and never go into arch in the top position. So that might mean that if you're scaling this, like Ben is doing right now, he's decreasing range of motion. Ooh, that's a bad rep, Benny. That's a good correction. Thank you very much. So he keeps going up until he can't make it anymore, and that's where he stops. So instead of just waiting for the arch to happen, you're going to stop right before the arch happens. That is our double bottle front raise. Now, a scaling option for this might be doing a side lateral raise because it feels more comfortable on the shoulder. This is not to make it easier. This is because the front delt or the bicep tendon hurts during the front raise. In that case, we substitute for a side raise, same amount of repetitions. Let's put the bottles down, gentlemen. One of my favorite intensity movements is going to be the kickback into tuck jump. Can you guys give me 2 reps of a kickback into tuck jump? We jump back, we jump up, we add a tuck. We go to the floor, we jump back, we jump up, we add a tuck. Beautiful. Now this is a nice speedy movement that will jack up the heart rate very, very, very fast. Now what we do need to do here is discuss the element of no jumping for either apartment buildings where you're living in, but also for the possibility of having an injury that has anything to do with no jumping. Now, Ben is going to show you the step and kick back Backstreet Boy. Let's have a look at that. So, hands on the floor, step, step, come up, boom, hit a knee. Step, step, up, come up, Boom, hit the other knee. You can rest, buddy. Yeah, you rest. So if you do 2 reps, for example, you're alternating the leg that comes up on the kickback backstreet boy, the walking variation. For our third movement, we're going to position our upper body parallel to the floor. We're going to have a nice hinge, legs slightly bent. We're going to start doing big raises. Now, with the rear delt raise, I want your arm to stay in the same angle, and I'm talking elbow here. And you want to go for as big as a circle as you can possibly make. So you don't think about getting up fast, you think about getting up in a quarter of a circle and then go up as high as you can, squeezing those shoulders in the top position. Beautiful rear delt raises. Now often these are also programmed as an injury option, so I believe it's a good exercise, so we don't give you another injury option for the rear delt raise. You guys can take a break here, put the bottles next to you, and before we showed you the kickback tuck jump, now we'll show you just the classic burpee. Can you guys give me 3 reps of the classic burpee? Chest and thighs touching the floor in the bottom, coming up, finishing with air underneath the feet and hands either behind the head or slightly above. They're just giving me that full extension of the body in that end position. With full extension, we mean that you end up being all the way up instead of being still bent somewhere in the body. We don't like to see that with our classic burpee. Now, Ben is going to show you the 2 different options that we always need to discuss for burpees with talking injuries here. The first one is no jumping, so either apartment style or a jumping injury. You step the burpee and you just don't end it with a jump. Very simple stepping burpees here without adding the jump. Another option might be that you have an injury that has to do with the shoulder or the chest or the triceps, so that pressing, that feels very painful. In that case, you just do a kickback. The one we did in the second movement as well, but you skip the duck jump in there. You just do the regular kickback. I like how fast he's going here. Nice dynamic kickbacks. What I do need you to do, instead of doing 3 kickbacks or 3 burpees, if you substitute for kickbacks, you do 6 instead. Okay, so we're gonna have a 10-minute AMRAP of the 4 movements we just showed you in a part before this, okay? It's going to be 6 repetitions of the double bottle front raise to overhead. Then we do 3 reps of the kickback plus tuck jump, right? Then we have 6 reps of the rear delt raise, ending around with 3 reps of a burpee. 10 minutes of that. This is gonna be a workout about fast transitions as well, because the sets are very quick and short. You probably are going to make tons of rounds here, so good luck and start this one off with Swal, Ben and me and the 1,210 people that are joining this at home right now. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and let's go. 6 reps, double front raise. And Ben is not going to overhead, but he's just going as high as he can while maintaining proper position. Here we go. 6 reps, put it down, kick back, tuck jump, baby. Kick back into tuck jump. Love these to get your heart rate up. That's the funny combination of this workout. We have very strict isolating shoulder exercises combined with movements that jack up the heart rate. Now, a round would probably take them approximately 45 seconds, probably less. So let's see if somebody, and you guys at home included, can do this way over 10 rounds. I think it's really good to do like 12 rounds of this workout. You guys start on the next round right away. Let's go. So they started a round before the first minute even ended. You can easily go on a minute with this one, maybe do even more. The aim is going to be 10 to 12 rounds. Good luck. See you guys back for the next episode another time.